I've experienced this, so I know a lot of other dancers have experienced this, where we know we make a ton of money. There are weeks where we make in one day what we can make in 2-3 months, yet we don't know where that money went. We know we had fun, but where is it? Because I could have sworn that there was like plenty of money. That is why money just disappears, because you're not paying attention.
I've made every mistake so you don't have to.
Welcome to Nocturne Vault. My name is Kora. This channel is for dancers, strippers, VIP entertainers, whatever you'd like to call us. In this video, I want to talk about the importance of knowing the money that you are making. Let's start off with a couple of questions. Do you know how much you make a week? Do you know how much you make in a month? And if you've been dancing for a long time, you should know how much you make per year, especially if you are filing your taxes, which I recommend that you do if you ever want to buy a home or open a line of credit for a business. If you can answer these questions, that is a good sign. If you cannot answer these questions, it means that you're not paying enough attention to your money. And one of the things that I have learned is that if you're not paying attention to your bank account, what's going in and what's going out, it's going to be very difficult for you to increase your income over time. You're probably going to overspend and you're not going to have a good handle on your finances. So how do you begin tracking this? You might say, I could just look up in my bank account every time I make a cash deposit. Yeah, you could do that, but it's not very visual because you have to go into your app and then you have to go and filter all the deposits that you made in order to get the total sum of the deposits. What I suggest is get a visual representation of the money that you're making. If you are aware of what you're making, you're able to budget, save, and really start to plan with your money. Let me show you what I do. And it's really inexpensive to do and very easy. You can get a yearly planner, you can grab a notebook, or you can do one of these, which I really like because this is visual. I don't have to open up a notebook to look at it. I just come in and write down what I made for each of these days. And then at the end of the month, I write the total here and I can see how much I'm making every week and every month. I've experienced this, so I know a lot of other dancers have experienced this, where we know we make a ton of money. There are weeks where we make what we make in a whole month, or maybe even sometimes we make in one day what we can make in 2-3 months. Yet we don't know where that money went. Like, we know where it went. We know we had fun. We know we bought this. We know we bought that. We know we went on vacation and we did something for our brother and sister or family members. But where is it? Because I could have sworn that there was like plenty of money. That is why money just disappears. You're not paying enough attention to what's happening with your money. And the first step is to visually see how much money you're making, either by writing it in your notes, having a planner, or having a whiteboard like the one I just showed you. And then the second thing you want to do is have a visual representation of what you spend. Now, if you have a lot of bills, I know that's hard because there's lots of things that you don't even know that's coming out of your bank account, but that is not a good thing for you. If you don't know what's going out, it's just as bad as you don't know what's going in. You need to know both. And then third, you should be checking your accounts regularly. There are times where we don't want to look at our bank account. I know that there are slow seasons. I know there are times where we have a huge vet bill or we bought something expensive and we don't even want to look because we know I didn't make a lot of money this week, or I know I haven't been working because of X reason. That is not helpful. That is making it worse. You need to be looking at your bank account almost every day. I look at my bank account every day. Even if there's a ton of money in there, I'm always looking at my bank account. There are subscriptions, fees, payments coming out of your bank account that unless you're looking at it every day, you're unaware that money is being paid to someone. There's been many times where I've opened my bank app and I'm like, what is this? It's a renewal for a yearly subscription that I did a long time ago and I completely forgot about because they only bill once a year. And it's like for $600. It was a program that I bought, a computer program. Point is, I don't use that computer program and $600 isn't, it's $600. So Checking your bank account every day is key to making sure you know what's going on. Even if you're not making a lot of money, even if you open that bank account and it's like a negative, it doesn't matter. Don't ignore it. If you have an avoidant personality, you're probably like that with a lot of things. You're probably like that with your relationships, and you're going to be like that with your bank account. But being an avoidant person isn't going to help you in life. And then lastly, you have to get into the habit of creating some type of savings. There is a book by Tori Dunlap. She's an expert in finance for women. Get her book. It's called The Financial Feminist. If you haven't heard of her, you can look her up on social media as well. She talks about the importance of savings and investing. And if you're new to all of this and you're thinking, I don't make that much money yet to create savings, it doesn't matter how much you make. Savings isn't just for people that make $100,000 a year or $200,000 a year. Even if you're making $500 a week, you have to start building the habit of putting money aside, even if it's $20 a week, even if it's $100 a week. So let's say that there's one week where you make $200, okay? I get that you probably are only going to save 20 bucks, but you know that any given day you can make a shit ton of money. And if one week you make $500 and then the next week you make $3,000, don't set aside $20. Set aside $500. Put it in a safe, put it underneath your mattress, put it in a savings account. Put it somewhere that you know you're not gonna touch it. And you have to get into the habit of leaving it in your savings account and not touching it. Why? Because you want it to build up. You want to have about 3 months worth of expenses in your savings account. Let's say that your monthly expenses are $1,500 times 3 is $4,500. So that's how much you want to eventually have in your savings account. Okay, so start there. Let me know in your comments if you have any questions about how to start saving. Maybe you want to share some of the challenges that you've had around saving money. I know that some of you out there have kids and it makes it difficult. Some of you might be in debt already. So that makes it difficult because you're paying off your debt. And that's where a lot of your money is going. And in the book that I'm talking about, The Financial Feminist, Tori talks about that. And she suggests that even if you're in debt, pay yourself first. Meaning, even if you have debt, even if you're paying off credit cards, set a little bit of money aside for your saving. Pay yourself first, always. But please do let me know in the comments some of the challenges that you might be having. And I will try my best to answer them as quickly as possible. And if you like my content, please hit subscribe and or leave a comment. It helps with engagement and really motivates me to make more videos for you. Bye. Take care.